Let's go to line number one. Say good morning to Jordan Brown up in the Big Land. Good morning, Jordan. You're on the air.
Good morning, Patty.
Good morning to you. Listen, I received your package yesterday. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, no problem. Not a problem. I'm actually calling from Lansmore Lighthouse this morning.
Cool. Good for you, Jordan. Now, you are one of the representatives of the Heritage Committee. I think that's the appropriate phrase for your group in Labrador. Who one of the issues you're dealing with now is the concept of flying the Labrador flag at the borders of Quebec and all the entryways to Labrador itself. Some people are poo-pooing it as hardly important and strictly symbolic. Your reaction?
Well, it's more of a concept of heritage and tradition of Labrador, and I believe it's more appropriate because you're entering the big land, and this is a symbol that is generally accepted by all Labradorians that represents Labradorians and, Labrador than the land itself. The flag is purely actually represents each portion of the land. Mm-hmm. So we feel that it's appropriate for us to be able to express our heritage in that way.
Some people will call it an us against them. It's the Townie versus the BAME, and it's the island versus Labrador. There's a provincial flag that represents us all. Why is that not satisfactory to you and your group?
Well, the Labrador flag is older than the provincial flag. It was representing us long before that provincial flag came into effect. So we feel that, our flag was created for us, so we should have the right to fly it because it's just a little simple thing we've asked of average Labrador Affairs and Transport, Department of Transportation, because they would be the two groups that would have to say yes. And it's actually represented by one minister, so it's one person saying no.
What about when you have the concept of other potential regional flags being flown in official capacity in different areas? Because that's what people are saying, and even though I find it a bit of a hokey argument, does this not open up the opportunity for if anyone wants to pledge allegiance to a certain flag in their region that would usurp the Union Jack or others? You talk about the age of a flag and the new provincial prac-designed flag, and your flag being older, but the Union Jack rules the entire, all of them, including the Canadian flag. So what does that really have to do with?
I really feel the Union Jack has much, right now, we're really under a colony. In my opinion, that the Canadian flag is about the Union Jack in this country.
Well, it's still Indian, isn't it?
We're no longer a colony of England. We're our own people now. And I don't think the Union Jack should still be flying in an official capacity in this country right now. Because when the Queen is sitting in Canada, she has her own Canadian flag. So, right now, she's got, right? So, and I don't think it's appropriate to fly on the borders of this province, the Union Jack.
Now, some people would argue with that, but is your hope for the Labrador flag to be flown anything more than symbolic? And if so, is it worth the racket that has been incurred?
I think it is, because it's, the large part of this land up here in Labrador is a big part of our culture and our traditions. It's a very large part of who we are Labradorians. And we just passed the simple thing. The Combined Councils Act, which technically represents every single municipality in Labrador. One mayor and council member sits on that council from every single community, and they're out. When they're official, we're not and we're out. We can have our flag flown because it's the 40th anniversary, and it was just basically a flat no.
Do you think that this furthers or fosters the us against them, which I think is to our collective detriment?
It's hard to say. In some people's mind probably does. I don't really want to do that. It's not us versus them. The flag is not a separatist item. It's not anything like that. The flag is basically, it's our unity as Labradorians. And when we came together, we finally, with transportation links and all that, we all finally came together as a group of people. That's when it was designed. And basically, it's used on every single thing that comes out of Labrador right now. Any craft, any product, anything, that Labrador flag is stuck on it.
We have the conversation brewing, and I think this has been going on for quite a long time, and it saw some pretty intense conversations some months back about Labrador independence and self-governance and that kind of stuff. Does that conversation continue? Are you part of those conversations? What can you tell us on that front?
I'm not part of those conversations myself, personally, but I know people who are. I've spoken to people who are, and they're still there. They're right now. They're underlying, but they're still there. And there's a lot of people who think that we should be our own territory.
What do you think?
It's hard to say. I don't think we should, but the conversation is there. And maybe it's time for maybe that the government should step up and say, well, if this is starting to talk about it, maybe we should go listen to the people of Labrador.
And listening to the people of Labrador would be something like there's more money goes out than when compared to the money that comes in, whether that be for infrastructure, roads in particular is what we hear all the time. So is it really strictly a matter of dollars and cents? And once again, is it the symbolism of unity, whether that be a fixed link or the flying of the Labrador flag? Is it really that trumps the reality of dollars and cents in and out? Or is it really just the feeling of being left behind on a symbolic issue, on a symbolic level?
Actually, I think both. Symbolically, we're left behind. Look at those beautiful tourism ads that they done from the island and tourism. There was only one done for Labrador, Swarngat Mountains. That was it. There was nothing about the Straits or Labrador West and snowmobiling or Central Labrador. There was no ads ever done by us. For our tourism level, we were left behind there. Our roads are subpar. They haven't been. They're back 1950s.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
They need to be upgraded. I just traveled from Labrador City to here to the Straits there this week, and the new pavement, great, wonderful, loves it, happy to see it. Coming down the Southern Highway, even the paved highway here in the Strait, it is gross. It needs to be fixed. And and around Cartwright, the gravel road from Cartwright Junction to Red Bay, that was horrendous. But they're working on it, so I give them props for that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. I've heard some of the PC leadership candidates, Steve Kent in particular, say he has no problem with the Labrador flag being flown. Now, he's suggested that maybe it's just a fourth flagpole to accommodate that flag as opposed to one of the other flags being removed, and I think that's probably the right thing. There will be a certain level of support for the Union Jack. We cannot haul down the provincial flag. We should not haul down the Canadian flag.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
No, I know you're not. I'm just talking about the general reaction that we all see on Twitter and otherwise. But, Jordan, I really appreciate your time and certainly appreciate the package of Labrador-related information and the pin and otherwise. Good talking to you this morning.
Take care. Have a great one.
Thanks, man. All the best. Bye-bye. Jordan Brown calling from Labrador. What do you think about that? Is it much to do about nothing? Or is it a legitimate point that the people of Labrador would like to see the flag that they consider representative of them, their heritage and culture, and the unique part of the province which is Labrador to be flown in official capacity? I don't know. What do you think?